Yeah, hey guys. So today I wanted to talk about embracing sucking, or like just coming to terms with if you're not good at something, it can be a real positive thing. It can actually really help you move forward and progress instead of just like getting frustrated and just sort of throwing it down and the usual sort of thing that we all do when we get stuck on something or maybe hit a wall. So for me, I've had a big transformation in the last, I suppose, 3 years or so. I got kind of stuck and I just felt like I couldn't really progress. And I mean, I know everyone's journey is different, but it was because I really did not understand the instrument. So I played a lot of stuff. I played a lot of gigs, and I just got stuck in my routine of how I learnt music and how I sort of absorbed music. And it was a very surface level understanding of what was actually going on, where it was fine at the time. But when I got to a point where I wanted to progress, that's when it became kind of frustrating. I didn't enjoy guitar as much because I had these ideas I wanted to get out and I couldn't get them out. Because I just didn't really know how. I didn't know the pathway to do that. What actually happened is I decided I was going to start to really study the instrument, especially fretboard mapping. That was a big thing for me. If anyone's watched any of my videos on this channel, I'm really into fretboard knowledge because it's a real pathway to really helping get your ideas out. A really quick channel of getting your ideas out and coming up with new ideas and just endless options and possibilities. And a good example for just knowing that surface level of knowledge was the song I played at the start, Georgia on My Mind. I used to do a lot of fingerstyle stuff, and I did loads of fingerstyle gigs where I'd play like Tommy Emmanuel covers or Tuck Andrus or Martin Taylor covers. And I enjoyed them and I enjoyed playing them, and people responded real positively to me playing those songs. But I actually didn't really know what was going on. So even now, when I play that song, I fall back into my old way of thinking where it's just think shapes and strings and muscle memory, and I know what I need to do to make the song, but I have no idea really what's going on the fretboard. And that is, for me in my journey, that's a big problem because I can't use any of that information for anything else except for that song. So I fell into the trap of learning to get the appreciation of others, or learning songs just so I'd get that instant recognition. Oh man, you're really good. You sound so great. That sort of thing. So it was kind of addictive, and so I learned a lot of tunes, and I could play them really well, like a lot better than what I played it today. But yeah, when you sort of really want to start to progress or jam with other people, I didn't really have the knowledge base there to be able to do that. So it comes back to my original point of embracing sucking. It was like kind of starting from scratch and trying to see the fretboard in a whole new way was extremely difficult. And it still is. I'm still on this journey of fretboard mapping. It's not like I've reached the end of where I can get to, but I'm definitely light years ahead of what I was sort of 3 or 4 years ago. Initially, I had to do a lot of things that I found really difficult and made me feel like not a great guitar player. So you're used to playing what you're used to, and you're used to feeling confident, and you're used to feeling good at what you do. And then all of a sudden it feels like you're going back to the start. When you're learning a new technique or something new, it feels like you're just back to being a brand new guitarist again, where everything feels awkward and it can be massively off-putting, especially for older guitarists. Like I'm in my early 40s, but learning something new for people my age or even in their 30s, when you've been out of school for a while and you're used to just being good at what you do, it's really difficult to suddenly feel really uncoordinated and not very good. But you kind of have to embrace that feeling, because that is kind of the exciting stage where you have got something to work on. You can conquer this and you can get better. So my advice to anyone that's in the same situation as what I was in is if you do want to progress or you want to obtain things, you have to really embrace that feeling of being really bad at it and turn that into a positive instead of just thinking, oh no, I'm horrendous at this technique and I sound really bad, and it makes you feel really, it makes you feel self-conscious. You just have to push through, because you'll come out the other side of that with new skills, and there's always another thing. There's always something else that you're not going to be good at that's going to make you feel that same way. Try to structure your practices so you are doing things that you are not good at, and so that sound bad, that you basically suck at, because that's what's going to help push you forward to those new levels. If you're just practicing stuff that you're good at all the time, you're not practicing really, you're just playing, which is great. Playing is awesome, and I do loads of that sort of stuff. But when I'm practicing, I really enjoy the challenge of practicing things that I am really bad at, and it feels awkward. And it can be, it might not just be technique-based stuff. It might be like fretboard knowledge, just finding the fifths of an E, or finding all the A notes on the neck, or something like that. It's all that stuff's really, it's really helpful, and it will help you move forward with your guitar playing, and hopefully help you get out of really bad ruts and feeling kind of just dissatisfied, really. I mean, we all just want to be able to enjoy the instrument, and for lots of people, it's at different levels, I suppose. It depends where you want to go to and what your goals are. There's not just this one goal that everyone has to get to and now you're good. It's about happiness and being happy on the instrument, and I really want to be able to see where I can get to as a guitarist, and I've got, in my mind, a freakishly long way to go, but it's the journey. It's really fun. It's really it's enjoyable. So keep going, keep pushing through, embrace being bad at stuff, and I hope that helps. On what I'm working on at the moment, I am working on obviously fretboard knowledge, but going through different shapes and positions, but focusing on certain notes, trying to be aware all the time of the interval that I'm on. It's just all helping build a fretboard knowledge that will eventually become a subconscious thing. So it doesn't really feel like you're thinking about it, but it's always there ticking along in the background. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, just going through different shapes and patterns and trying to feel what interval I'm on at the time. And I suck at it basically at this point. All good. Okay guys, that's all for this week. Hope that helps someone out there. That would have been quite helpful information for me 3 years ago. So yeah, I hope that helps. Cheers.